Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Katie.
And this is KR Come
Pears.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So, if you're just joining us, we're doing something we haven't done before.
A part two.
A part two. We're doing a part two.
The Tim Tam strikes back.
Strikes back. It struck us the first time.
Yeah,
it was
we
kind
liked
of
it.
Yeah. With what?
I said we liked it, just like, A New Hope. So hopefully Empire Strikes Back.
Not Electric Boogaloo?
No.
I guess Breaking wasn't as good as the movie is.
No.
That's fair. Okay. Let us know. What do you prefer in your movies? Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo or Star Wars Empire Strikes Back? Anyway. But before we get into that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, because I've told doing it at the beginning of the video is actually more effective. Please like and subscribe so we can make more of this and I can get a better camera. Because I really want a better camera to be shooting this stuff with. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, no. So we are doing Tim Tams Part 2. We're doing a Part 2 much sooner than I thought we ever would. We're going into our approximately 10th episode. Which is pretty good. 10 weeks.
These are the deluxe ones.
These are the deluxe ones. We have the deluxe
I wanted
Tim
an
Tams.
excuse. I want to try them.
Katie, actually, that's really what it came down to.
It really
Katie
was.
Very much wanted to have Tim Tams, and so therefore we're doing a Tim Tams episode. I pushed it back as much as I could. We have other products or other episodes in the wings, but honestly, I like having Tim Tams with breakfast, and we got them, so let's do it.
Okay. Do
we need to know anything about these? Or are we just going to get right into it? Talk about the flavors?
Yeah, I mean, the only fun fact that would like to share. So the original Tim Tams obviously came out in like the 60s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the ones we tried in the first episode, which we'll link up there. And possibly in the description below.
So, I mean, they're good. They have a lot of different flavors. And then I wondered why they now have a deluxe line. Because now they're like extra fancy. And...
Because it's delicious. Why would you not have a deluxe line?
Well, I mean, how long do you think they've been having the deluxe line?
I mean, 10, 20 years?
No.
How long?
2 years.
Oh, it just came out.
We're talking like allegedly.
It's like this is like a COVID 22. Oh, it's actually post-COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know why, but I'm very curious because we haven't met a Tim Tam. We haven't. Yeah, we like all of them. So
no, but this would make sense because during COVID we had such, and even after COVID we had such trouble getting Tim Tams.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if now they use that opportunity to be like, all right, business is suffering because of the whole COVID things and import issues. So let's introduce something new to get people back into Tim Tams. As if you needed a reason to get back into Tim Tams. If you've not tried a Tim Tam and you've seen our previous episode, just get a Tim Tam.
I mean, we got these on Amazon, and then depending on where you are, like this type of chocolate biscuit is quite popular. So, I mean, obviously in the UK they have the penguin ones.
That's right, that was the thing I confused last episode.
Yeah, but also in New Zealand they have kind of a version that's called Chit Chats, which I thought was a super cute name.
That is actually cute. We have to compare those now.
They have that. They have some like store brands.
So that might... Are we going to do a part 3 with Tim Tams and Chit Chats?
I don't know. I don't even know if we could get them in the States, but I'm highly curious. So
I guess we'll fly out to New Zealand, and get to Zealand. Well, where's the Old Zealand?
I don't know.
Is there an Old Zealand? Is there an Old Zealand, and New Zealand?
It just makes me think of 10 Things I Hate About You. Can you be whelmed? I think you can in Europe.
You can be whelmed.
First off, but that's what it makes me think of.
All right, we're going to get into this in just a moment. Stay tuned. All right, so we have 4 packages of Tim Tams, 4 types of Tim Tams to choose from. And we're going to start with our 2 milk chocolate Tim Tams, Deluxe Tim Tams. And they are salted caramel brownie flavor and Decadent triple chocolate.
Both of them claim extra chalk and extra gooey center.
Extra chalk?
Yeah, like chocolate.
No, I got you. Extra gooey center. Interesting. Well, so the non-deluxe version does have a double chocolate. Or like a chocolate double coated or something.
Yeah.
So is this really that much different, or is the chocolate in the middle actually that much better?
I think I want to suspect.
You want to suspect?
I suspect.
You hope?
Yes, I hope that the center is actually gooier.
Let's find out. So what are we starting with?
We should start with the Decadent Triple Choc because it's probably the closest in flavor profile to the standard Tim Tam.
That's fair. Which we don't have to compare it to, but that's okay. I've already split these in half.
Ooh, the center is actually looking a little...
Maybe we'll get some close-ups of this.
Yeah.
I know you can't tell from here. But, yeah, it does actually look a little bit... I mean, it smells chocolatey.
Chocolatey.
It smells chocolatey. All right, let's do this. Hmm.
I grabbed
Oh.
some.
That is different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Tim Tam, you might be onto something. I'm washing this down with some French press hot coffee. And, okay. I mean,
No, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they have the filling kind of reminds me of the caramel one that we had last episode.
A little bit, yeah.
Because it doesn't go all the way to the edge, which kind of makes sense because if you're going to be doing like Tim Tam slams or you're
I still think that would be problematic though, because it was a little trickier to do the slam with the thicker filling. And we'll do another slam later for those of you that are unfamiliar. Look forward to that. But
it's chocolatey, it's sweet. It's not like too sweet. There's a bit of texture, like
it's a little chewy on the filling is a little chewy. Okay.
Which is what it says gooey. I was gonna say maybe it says chewy on it.
No, but that's gooey. I feel like chewy for me is just a thing. Like it's something is chewy, right? Like meat or a caramel or something.
Mm-hmm.
Gooey, I feel like is like the same thing, but like heated up, so it like oozes. No, I don't know, that's gooey to me.
But maybe that's because they expect you to dunk it.
Are these more expensive than? Well, actually, I guess we'll get there, I suppose. But I'm actually kind of curious. Well, that was good.
Yeah.
Was it better than the double chocolate that we had previously?
No, I mean they're kind. I mean maybe I like this one a little bit better, just because there's a difference going on with the way the texture is in my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean maybe you need a bit of both so you can have something to differentiate. You need a bit of the original, a bit of this. Shake it up a bit. I'm actually really excited for these salted caramels. Salted caramel brownie, rather. I very much enjoy caramel, chocolate, particularly salted caramel. Is there anything to know about this? Can I just eat them?
Yeah, you can just eat that.
I just shove it right in my face hole?
The only thing I've noticed so far is that they have 8 biscuits in the Tim Tam Deluxe, and then I went online and the standard for the regular Tim Tams is 9.
So you're paying a little bit, probably a little bit more for just slightly less. Yeah. So it's, but if these are actually deluxe, unlike that's interesting.
That's a different color, right?
Yeah, it's almost kind of looks like a brownie on the inside.
Which it's supposed to because it says it's a salted caramel.
Oh, it does say brownie. That makes sense. It smells the same. I don't really smell the caramel, do you?
No.
Okay.
It actually smells kind of like, what are those called? Like the little bites? When they have like the brownie bites?
Oh, I think, yeah.
Like that kind of not as processed, but it kind of reminds me of that.
These are very similar, I think.
With the way they taste?
Well, yeah, the two of these, I think they're very similar. The texture is similar to me. This one's less chewy.
Mm-hmm. But there's more of a pull for the center.
You think so?
Yeah, like when I...
I didn't bite it. To be fair, I didn't bite into it. I actually just shoved the whole thing in my mouth like an animal. I
think this tastes more like a brownie than that one.
Well, no, I agree. But they are actually really similar. I'm not getting a lot of the salted caramel. Are you?
Mm-mm.
No? It's not bad, but it's
just
not...
Just a hint, and I think it's more for the texture.
I think you're right. I would want to compare this to the caramel we had in the previous episode, because I don't know if this one stands out as much as I hoped it would. But let me phrase it doesn't stand out as much as I hoped it would.
But I'm not getting as much of the caramel, but I'm getting the salt.
You're getting it's a bit, just a bit though.
Well, yeah, but to round out the sweetness, it makes sense.
I guess, but it's still quite sweet in general. I don't know. I guess I was hoping for more.
This tastes sweeter than the triple choc.
You do think that, or are you asking? What'd you say?
No, I think. For me, that's what it feels like.
Okay. No, I agree. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Onto the dark chocolates?
Yes.
All right. Onto the dark chocolates.
And now for the main event, the dark chocolate.
The main event?
For me it is, because I would prefer dark chocolate. I don't care.
No, that's fine.
So-
I'm with you. No, actually, I do prefer the dark chocolate, and both of these sound way more. I mean, don't get me wrong. The triple chocolate, not the salted caramel chocolate, rather. Whatever. Sounded good, but this is what I'm actually looking forward to. All right.
So we have the dark Choc raspberry tart.
Dark Choc raspberry tart. Dark Choc. That's actually
Dark
worse to say dark
I
chocolate.
know. I was like,
Dark chocolate raspberry tart. I feel like it's easier.
dark Choc.
Dark Choc.
And
Is
then,
that an Australian thing to just shorten
yeah, I
to
think
Choc?
so.
Oh, okay.
Well, and then some call it like a chalky biscuit and stuff. So that's
Or Chocky Bicky.
Chalky bicky, yeah.
It's a Chocky Bicky.
Yeah.
So your Australian is. All right, and then we also have
the dark Choc mint.
dark chocolate mint.
The only thing I've noticed so far is the dark Choc raspberry tart has a health star rating of 1, and all the other ones we have ever tried in the history of time so far has been a 0.5.
So the history of time. So interestingly, Australia and I think New Zealand has this health star rating on all of their food now, so that you can compare similar products. So if you did come across a Chocky Bicky that had something that was nearly identical, perhaps it's a different brand, but maybe it's healthier because they use a lot less fake sugars or what have you, it's all listed right there for
It's
easy
supposed
access.
to make it a little bit more informed.
Basically, so you can compare similar products, like especially for things like breakfast cereals. If you're comparing, like, oh, what are these cereals, without having to actually like read through all the nutrition facts and see everything, it's actually laid out there for you. 0.5 is not good. 0.5
No.
it's a terrible rating. These are
It's
not
one,
healthy.
It's
But
1 to 5, right?
One to
I
5.
think the lowest they do is 0.5.
Yeah. So,
But the only reason I'm thinking the raspberry one has a 1 as opposed to a 0.5 is that it must have real fruit.
we could look at it and see if it does have real fruit.
Yeah.
I suppose. I don't. Is it on the backside? I don't want to flip this upside down because I already
Yeah.
opened it. We'll get to it later. Does it have real fruit?
I
There's your answer.
think so.
Okay. Oh, let's do this. All right.
Yep.
This I'm excited for.
It almost
smells
looks
chocolate.
like a jelly in the
It kind of looks like
middle.
jelly in the middle. I mean, they all kind of look the same in the middle for the most part, but
Yeah.
it's kind of got like a shimmer to it, like a jelly.
I don't know. I just made noise.
Mm.
This one's crumbly.
It kind of is a jelly. But it's like, okay.
It kind of reminds me of like a Linzer tort. Like
Okay.
the filling in there.
Yeah, that's, well, yeah, okay. Not, I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't quite that,
I
but
like
it is quite good. I mean, and the images on these make it look way more decadent than actually is. Like, it's not as red as it is in the package. It doesn't ooze out in the same way as it does in the package. This, I think, would be a lot better to slam. I think you actually need a little bit of that coffee flavor, because otherwise it is a little bit tart, which is good.
It's tart, but it's not overly sweet.
Yeah, I think I would get not sick of them, but like I wouldn't want 2 or 3 in a row.
No. Do I like it? Yes. I think so far that may be my favorite.
Well, that's easy because it's dark chocolate with more complex flavors.
With more complex flavors, but yeah, I don't think that I could eat a ton of this. It's not like you can binge the
No,
raspberry
yeah,
one.
same. Okay, so let's move on then to the dark choc mint. Now this actually is distinctive in that it actually smells like a thin mint, like we'd get from the Girl Scouts. Are they always thin mints?
What?
For the Girl Scouts, it's always called thin
In the
mint. no
US?
matter- yeah. Okay, because there's the one that's like Samoa,
Or caramel delights.
caramel
Now
delights.
that just depends on like those recipes are slightly different. It also depends on the distribution center in the U.S.
I remember growing up, I always had living in the East Coast, I had the caramel delights.
Oh, really? Because on Long Island, I think it was Samoa's.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't know.
But yeah, so it does smell like a thin mint, and it's actually white a little bit on the edges there, which is interesting. So it might be a combination of chocolate and mint. I don't know.
Probably. 'Cause it's probably like peppermint
Salud.
extract. Mmm.
It does taste like a thin mint.
Mm-hmm.
A lot like a thin mint. Huh, I feel like when we did
The texture of the cookie is also very similar to a Thin Mint.
Yeah, very much so, yes, actually. Although, I like that it's a lot thicker. It's actually probably, well, because the thin mint's kind of almost a cracker, right? So,
Yeah, because it's like snappy.
right. Huh. These all are still quite similar
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we're gonna ruminate just a moment, and then we're gonna get back with our final thoughts on the Tim Tam Deluxe. Stay tuned. All right, so we've tried fairly quickly, I think, actually.
Yeah.
4 of the deluxe. Are there more deluxe options?
These are the only ones I saw on the website.
Okay.
So.
Well, because Tim Tams has like
no.
20 flavors, 13
I don't know,
to
they
20.
have a lot.
They do have a lot. Okay, so these are the,
It
like
also
the 8th
depends,
ones
like-
that we've tried now?
Well, I think it also depends on like where the distribution centers are and things like that, because there's like the company Arnott's has a like other or like a subsidiary or something like that that's in Indonesia, and it's called Arnott Halo. They
Okay.
produce a Tim Tam that's cheese flavored.
That sounds disgusting.
No, it's a thing. It's like
I know. I recognize it's a thing, but that thing can be
because
disgusting.
it makes sense for the Indonesian market. So
No, and that's fine.
see, I wish we could try that, but I couldn't find.
I mean,
those.
yeah, I would want to try it, but that sounds disgusting. Like, chocolate and cheese?
Well, think about it. You could even do
I'm thinking. It sounds awful.
but like what's a cheesecake?
Okay. All right. Yeah, all right. Point taken. But that's... Okay.
But
All
who
right.
knows? Maybe it's salty. Who knows?
All right, you win this one.
So if anyone has ever tried that, please let me know, because I'm super curious and I don't know if I could find
What
that.
you gonna spill?
Oh.
Yeah, so if you, one of our delightful 32 subscribers we have as of this this recording, have ever tried a very specific treat from Indonesia, let us know what you thought of it. Or send it our way, and we'll try it. Because that's the thing I would want to do. All right, so we've done Tim Tams. And I feel
At
like
this point,
the first
how
time we
many?
did it...
9 in total?
Is 8 or 9? We've had 8 or 9 different flavors of Tim Tams. Because again, we love Tim Tams. They are fantastic. The chocolate is a lot more authentic than what you're going to get from like a Hershey's or anything else you'll find here in the States. And that's great. Yeah. But I do feel, and I feel like we had this happen the first time we did this too, where they all start to kind of, they
blend together.
They do blend together, and they're all kind of similar because of the flavors. And this might again be like American palates are used to having much more extreme flavors in terms of spice, in terms of sweet, and all of this. A lot of salt. Yeah. So that the subtler flavors like this are kind of regrettably lost on our palates a little bit.
Well, because like the dark chocolate ones, so the raspberry and the mint, have distinctive flavors for me. Just because...
Well, I mean, but that makes sense because they're
But it does, because they're incredibly different than...
Right. But even the caramel itself didn't stand out
they don't.
too much from...
And then, like, just a grand... Like, I like it when I'm eating it, but then if you were to, you know, ask me, what did you like or which one did you like best, then I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, if you have a very strong preference for... I mean... Yeah, even the caramel. And I love caramel. I mean, God, like... Rolos, caramellos, if it's got a caramel in it, I'm absolutely going to try it. But even this caramel here didn't stand out to me. Like, I got more
You got
salt.
more brownie and salt.
Yeah, than
like
you did actually caramel. So I'm not... Yeah, I mean, I don't have a favorite. So let's talk, what are these, what were these going for? What did we pay for these?
We got these on Amazon for $39.
For the 4-pack? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that works out to be like, that's less than 40, so it's like a little more than $1 a biscuit?
Yeah.
Something like that? Okay. And that's slightly more expensive than the originals, and also a biscuit less.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Well, yeah, because I think it was like...
And it took a while to come in too, right? The shipping was a while. Right? Wasn't it like a week or two to come in?
It wasn't terrible. I mean, especially because they probably were getting them from like Australia or something.
That makes sense. Okay. Anything else we need to know about Tim Tams?
No. I mean, a lot of my weird fun facts are in the episode Tim Tams.
That's fair.
I feel like I don't remember.
Does Arnott's make anything else that's worth trying? I mean, probably.
They do. They have something called like shapes. They have a couple.
Shapes? They have shapes?
No, it's just called shapes.
Shapes? Guys, come on. I mean, Tim Tams, fun.
But maybe they are in fun shapes, and they're like, hey, we call it like it is. This one they called Tim Tams after a racehorse because they're like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, it's named after a racehorse.
Yeah, well, the Tim Tam won the Kentucky Derby, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we had this whole discussion about me being surprised that the Australian guy named a cookie after a Kentucky Derby racehorse. Okay.
It's a fun name too.
So obviously we have to end this with the Tim Tam slam.
Yes.
So what are you going to be slamming?
I don't know. I was thinking this whole time.
Oh my god. Okay, well I'm just going to grab one because
I'm going to do the chocolate mint.
So you're doing chocolate mint. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the raspberry. Are we doing chocolate mint? Are we changing our mind?
No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do the triple chocolate because I wanted to see if it has the same problem as the caramel one we had last time, where I had such a hard time trying to do the slam with it.
Oh, because it was so
Are we eating
the
a whole
coating
one?
was so thick that it.
Yeah, it just like didn't penetrate.
Well, I mean, you might get that with some of these thicker ones with the filling in these because it is a thicker filling. So the way the Tim Tam Slam works is, if you've not tried it, is you take a bite out of a corner, a good sized bite out of the corner of one, and then another bite out of the diagonal, like so. So that it looks like this. Then you take a piping hot beverage. We're using some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You dunk it, you slurp quickly, and as soon as that liquid hits your lips, you shove the whole Tim Tam into your mouth, and you chew, because now it's going to melt the center, and it's going to dissolve fantastically. And this is, by all rights, the only way to properly enjoy a Tim Tam. Salud.
Oh, it worked.
Now that is gooey.
Mm-hmm.
That was gooey. That is how I describe it. And as expected.
I don't know if you can get a close up of that.
Of what? The fact that
It
you
was
failed.
gooey.
Oh, I mean, I'm not. It's because it's sort of like half chewed in our mouths, and your
It
fingers
was,
are dripping coffee.
but it
I'm
was
not
too big.
gonna
I didn't want to like.
shove a whole Tim Tam in your face.
Yeah.
So yeah, as expected, the raspberry is a lot better with the coffee, I think. And it does soften that liquid. I think it's almost like they intended it to be done that way. And they don't.
No, I believe so, because that triple chocolate, way better.
Interesting.
Was
Okay.
Way better.
I also wonder. So we also know it's not just called the Tim Tam Slam. There's other names for it, according to the website, right?
Yeah, it was like.
It's like a Tim Tam bomb.
Yeah, there were a lot of them, and
There's
I'm
a
like,
whole bunch, and
why just stop at Tim Tam Slam because it all rhymes and it's
Tim Tam
great.
Slam is fantastic. So I'm curious a little bit if if Tim Tam, the company, whatever, is either encouraging people to use these other terms to be like to get people talking, maybe to get people talking about it in general.
Maybe.
Or if they don't like the term Tim Tam Slam. And
Well,
they're
that's
trying to
better
find
than a
something
Tim
else.
Tam slurp or something, which
Tim
was
Tam
another
slurp?
one that I saw, and I was like, that
sounds
no,
gross.
that's gross.
That sounds messy.
Yeah.
Tim Tam Slam is like, yo, you want to slam some Tim Tams? Like, yeah, let's do this. Okay.
So I totally failed the Tim Tam Slam because I tried that.
You did. You kind of.
Well, because I was kind of curious also to see what the center looked like, and then...
Well, you saw the center. We cut them open.
No, but it's different when it's hot, and the cookies through it.
Yeah, but then you make a mess. So
Whatever.
don't follow her example for...
Follow him.
Follow me. For, also, follow us. At KR Compares on Instagram, or you can find us online at rjpfilms.com/KR Compares. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell, whatever. I really need to make an animation of this at the beginning. But I feel like they have to have pre-designed ones, right? I don't want to do it myself. That's such a pain
I
in
think
the...
they do, because there's a lot of people that use those.
Right? I mean, I guess... Maybe there is. I don't know. It's such a pain in the butt to make an animation. But I guess I'll have to do it once.
And on that rambling note, thank you again for joining us, and we will see you next time.
I'm Rob.
I'm Katie.
And this has been KR Compares.
See ya.